So if something gives me a benefit, first thing I do is I go and I do all the research I can, and then I tell you guys about it. Now, there's something out there called Delta-9, a derivative of THC that can help you. Well, it might be able to help you because it certainly helped me. Boom! Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. Now, before I get started, let's talk about these just lifted shirts. Perfect fit. Look at that. Just hugs the guns. Available at tigerfitness.com. 5 different colors. Get them now while supplies last. But I want to talk to you about Delta-9. Basically, it's legal marijuana. It's legal. Let me explain why. With tremendous health benefits. So check it out, guys. I am 42 years old. I coach multiple hours a day, train as a pro bodybuilder, maybe even doing my first pro show, and sit at a desk the remainder of the day managing multiple businesses. You guys know tigerfitness.com, Ambrosia. We got Birdman Creations where we make these awesome shirts. By the way, if you guys want to make shirts, no minimums, hit me up, DM me on Instagram, Birdman Creations. We could do what you need, okay? We got so many brands, the Outright Bar. I could go on and on and on, Legacy at Carbon. And so I put my body through a lot. Like, I train heavy, I train hard, and I've been doing it a long time, and I don't want to feel like my body's breaking down because I'm getting older. So I take my machine motion for joint care, my machine sleep aid for restful sleep, but sometimes even those could use a little extra for what I put my body through. Now, for most people who don't train as hard as I do, as hard as you do, okay, a lot of people can get by with just normal stuff. But if you're doing extra normal stuff, you need extra normal things to help that. And with that, I do chiropractic. My buddy, Dr. Ross and Brandon Kasinger help me out here. I do deep tissue massage. I do all I can because I want to perform at my best. And that's why, you know, I look for these things. I might not even be looking for them. Now, how did I find Delta-9? So I have my good friend, his name is Bino Wallace. He is a co-founder and owner of an indoor hemp cultivation and cannabis canning company. Okay, basically he grows this stuff, right? He grows hemp, okay? So he gave me some of this Delta-9, and that's a legal limit hemp-derived THC, and they were in the gummy form, and there's 10 milligrams of THC and 75 milligrams of total CBD per gummy. So while I have manufactured and sold isolated CBD, you guys, you know, I had it under one of my brands, Provitem, okay? You know, I really had no idea what to expect because I never tried a THC-containing product. The product I sold was CBD isolate, which means there was 0 THC. I've never smoked weed in my life. I had no idea what to expect. So the first night I took it, I took only half of a gummy and I slept really deep. Like, it was one of those where I slept amazing. And I did take machine sleep aid with it. So I usually sleep really good, but this was like an extra deep sleep. And as you can tell, I have an Apple Watch and a Whoop strap. And even the measurement of my sleep was extremely deep, great REM sleep. Okay, so when I say deep, it was during a time of tremendous stress in the middle of a due diligence for one of my brands. As you guys know, we did a partnership deal for Ambrosia. So in the middle of due diligence, which is a hard process of figuring out if you're the right partner for each other, I was under tremendous stress. I'm talking hours and hours of meetings with lawyers and accountants a day. Okay, I was coaching at Legacy at Carbon, and I was managing all of my businesses. You know, this is hours and hours and hours of stressful work a day. So my mind was racing 100 miles an hour. I wasn't falling asleep the best. Like, I was falling asleep, but it was like I'd have to really focus on forcing the sleep. You ever force sleep? You're like, I will fall asleep. I will fall asleep. And I'd fall asleep, but then I'd wake up like 4 hours, 5 hours later because my mind was going so crazy over all the stuff going on in my life. That night, I kid you not, I slept a solid 8 hours and woke up refreshed. I wasn't groggy or anything. I felt really good. So with the amount of muscle mass I have, I am a pretty big guy. Right now, I'm about probably 2 weeks away from stage ready for most. For me, it's about 4 to 6 weeks. I like to get really shredded because, well, it's my calling card. Like, I don't have the best muscle bellies or genetics. I don't have the best insertions. So I have to get really shredded, but I have a lot of muscle. I'm about 215 to 220 pounds, 5'7.5" tall. Don't ever forget the half. And oftentimes if I lay wrong, my muscles ache and it disturbs my sleep. I'll wake up with a crick in my neck or my back's just achy and tight. But when taking this Delta-9, I don't have these issues as much. I still can get them, but it's not a sure thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's way less frequently and way less intense to a much lesser degree. Also, with admittedly, okay, I didn't do much research before taking these and took Bino's word for it. I did. I like the guy. I'm like, it's a gummy. Here's how they look. Okay, it's called Nick's Nugs. I took a gummy, whatever. So I dove head first into researching this after I got this result, after I got this benefit. And I found out a lot of cool things. And I found out a lot of health benefits exist with Delta-9. So here are some things that might interest you, okay? Number one is Delta-9 can help you fall asleep faster. There are studies on this that demonstrate that people who had little trouble falling asleep fell asleep 30 minutes faster, and those with sleeping issues fell asleep 15 minutes faster when taking Delta-9. This is huge because in the course of a week, that's up to 3.5 hours of extra sleep over what you would have gotten just by falling asleep faster. So basically, if someone who has trouble falling asleep, okay, you're like, all right, I have trouble, it takes about an hour to fall asleep. It makes you fall asleep in a half hour. For someone who falls asleep fast, like 0 to 15 minutes, it helps you fall asleep 15 minutes faster. So it works in if you have sleeping troubles or if you don't have sleeping troubles. According to the data, again, it's according to the data. I'm not making any claims. I'm saying this is what the data said, and I'll link it down below in the description. Okay, in one study, Delta-9 hemp-derived THC treatment led to a significant reduction in pain intensity. Now, I say intensity. That means the pain is probably still there, just not as intense. Noteworthy, this effect could be observed with a mean daily dose of 7.5 milligrams THC as administered. The dosage shows high acceptance and efficacy. Number 3, due to pain mitigation, quality of life was improved. So Delta-9 can help improve your overall quality of life. Delta-9 can also help you handle stress better. Quote from a study, our findings suggest that a low dose of THC produces subjective stress-relieving effects in line with those commonly reported among cannabis users, and that higher doses may non-specifically decrease negative mood. Great, right? If you notice the data presented, the more you take, the more side effects. I found this out the hard way. One time, I thought that the Nick's Nugs, this is Bino's product, right? Okay, I thought that this gummy here was a zinc gummy. Because, I'll chew zinc gummies during like cold season just to make sure my zinc levels are high. But whatever, I popped it in my mouth and started chewing it. Admittedly, these are not the most delicious gummies. The zinc gummies are freaking delicious. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to keep chewing this, eat it, go to sleep anyway, so whatever. It hit me so hard that I almost was too intoxicated to brush my teeth. And I slept for 9 hours and had trouble waking up. It was so intense. But when I take a half of a gummy, and I haven't increased this in almost a year of taking them, I'm still at a half a gummy. You will not see me eat a whole one of these. I'm perfect. Thus, as the above mentioned study mentioned 7.5 milligrams, I personally recommend 5 milligrams or less, but of course, consult with your doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I have no idea what I'm talking about. In fact, I'm an idiot. So the more research, the more I realize that source is everything. Source, 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 source. The beautiful thing is this is tested, okay? I know Bino. I know the grower. So if you don't know where your source is coming from, I recommend you find a source that you know where it's coming from. So just a plug, again, I don't get commission on this. Bino's just a friend of mine. And if you want to try these, that's great. Again, consult with your doctor. You go to the Blom Shop, link it down below, theblomshop.com, 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 or you can visit them. They have a retail space in Knoxville, Tennessee. Again, the coupon code is Lobliner20. It's Lobliner20 for 20% off. But again, not commissioned. It's just if you want to try it, that's that. So while I don't personally sell a Delta-9 supplement, it's my duty as a health and fitness guy to be honest about things that might help you. If you have any questions about this or anything else, you could DM me at Marc Lobliner on Instagram. Let me know your thoughts, if you tried them, whatever. Anyway, guys, I'm going to link the references down below. I did not get paid to do this video. I just think Delta-9 is fascinating. The first time I heard about Delta-9 was actually my good friend, Eric Hillman, who used to own Europa Sports. I believe he's CEO of Muscle Farm right now. He was talking about it. You know, I think we had lunch and he told me that it's really cool. And that was like 2 years ago. And just now I got to trying it. And about a year ago, and I got to say, you know, it's definitely something worth looking into if you're interested in pain mitigation, relaxation, and sleep. And again, I still like taking my machine sleep aid. I still like taking my machine motion. I think they all have their place. But if you're looking at a way, and again, I want you to do your own research. I'm going to link my research down below. But if you just simply go on Google Scholar, Google alone, PubMed, type in Delta-9 and see what you get. And do your research. And of course, talk to your doctor or talk to your trusted medical professional, talk to your partner at the gym and get their opinion on it, right? Like, don't just take things like I did. Don't just take things. Research what you put into your body, okay? Like, obviously, if it wasn't from a dude I know, if it was just from some guy at the gym, I wouldn't try it. But, you know, it's my boy. I'm like, all right, cool. But do your research before taking anything. That means talking to your doctor. And that's the thing, like with SARMs and with a lot of these ingredients out there, a lot of people just willy-nilly go and take these things without knowing about their LD50, which is how much you have to take to die, right? Without knowing about their toxicity, without knowing about side effects. So like I said, there are side effects for everything. There are side effects for Delta-9. Do not take this and go drive a motor vehicle. Again, be cognizant of what you put into your body, because you might take something that'll really mess you up. Okay, guys? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Again, only 5% of my subscribers actually clicked on that notification bell, which is why you're not knowing my videos are published and also why my views really suck. So do that. I also want you to comment down below, really help with the algorithm. I did get a shadow ban in 2020 for talking about vitamin D during the pandemic. So I'm still trying to climb out of that, and commenting, increasing the engagement will really help me climb out of that and help me build this channel back to, I want to get 1 million subscribers. Right now I'm at 405,000. I have my counter right over there. And that's why I was looking at it. And I'd like to get to 1 million. I need your help. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. That's not a game. The best booster isn't a shot. It's your natural immune system. Every time we step out into the world, we are attacked by viruses that do their best to break down our defenses. Vita helps solve this problem. Vita contains proven antiviral replication supplements and Imulina to ensure that your body is primed to defend itself against foreign invaders. Don't go another day unprotected. Get your Vita today.